everyone, where are we going to go today? We are at pattern-collections.com and we're going to go to pattern focus to find today's pattern. I'm going to, come on, go a little, scroll down here. We're going to go past January, past February, we're going to go back to January. I'm doing January prompts. Yes, indeed I am. Is today some day in February? Yes, it is. Are you watching this sometime in March? Yes, you are. It's a very weird time traveling thing that happens when you're doing videos. But I'm going to do Owlo. We're just working on the, these 7 are air type patterns. Fairy wings, dragonflies, fan blades, kites. Those are the things that reminded shell of air, and this one is called Owlo. I really like this. It is absolutely 100% an owl. See, look at that great owl pattern that comes out. First thing we're going to do is draw ourselves a nice square and then split it into 4 parts. And then we're going to do that like a V. That's all in pencil. Then up here in this top part, we're going to just go ahead and kind of round out those corners. Draw that around like that, like you do for, oh, what's that pattern? There's a pattern. Cadent? No. I don't remember. An old time pattern that you do this rounding. And then we're going to put in 2 arches like that for the eyes, right? And then coming out from here, we're going to do 2 petal or rice-like shapes, teardroppy shapes. I guess they're basically long teardrop shapes coming out that way, and then going on either side, filling this in with feathering, right? And then over the top of everything, making a nice dark beak if you want to. You may decide to do it without, I don't know. Here's some variations with filling in the eyes and putting these little like eyebrow feather bits. Here's where they've taken and made like feet feathers. Here's where they've only done feathering on this one side and put like a belly on this side. I really like this mandala. This speaks to me quite a lot. And I think that might be the general direction I'm going to go with it. I don't think I'm going to do as many spots. They've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I may only do it in 4. Or maybe 6. I think 8's too much. But we'll see what happens when I divide things up and what I actually feel like doing. But I really, really like how this has come out. And I want to do something similar. So let's get ourselves a piece of paper, a nice big one. What color do I want to use? Do I want to use a brown to kind of go with that owl-ish? Maybe. Where? I know I've got to have brown in this stack somewhere. Come on. Is that a brown? No, it's an orange. Guess I could do an orange. There's kind of a brown. That's good. That will work. This one is a sort of a tan tone cardstock piece. I don't know. I'm going to use my circle maker today. Why? Because I feel like it. And if I do 6, where's 6 go? Did I have a 6 on here yet? That's 12. That's close to 6. Do every other orange. Okay. So I've got my thing set out for 12s, but I think I only want 6. Right? 360 divided by 6 is 60. Every 60 degrees, I need a thing. So I'm going to start at 0, and then I'm going to go over to 60, and then not 90, but 120, not 150, but yes, 180. And there. That should be 6 even places. I'm going to give myself a nice big round there, and maybe this much for face. I think I'm going to actually make it that much, which is a lot. Sometimes I get that doesn't want to turn. Do I need one in the middle? Let's do this one in the middle just in case. Sometimes it doesn't want to turn. Sometimes I gotta scooch it around with my finger. That's okay. Good enough. Okay, so I got myself my general base for my mandala. I like the idea of a mandala. So now I actually want to create a 4 right? I want to divide this into 4. Like so. Each one of these has to be divided into 4. I guess I could have used my circle maker for another row here, but that's all right. We're just gonna go rogue here and get general division. Okay, something like that. Now I'm set up, right? I think I'm going to draw with a brown pen. Where's my pens? I want a nice sepia tone brown. Which one do I want? I'm going to try on the back side and decide which color brown I want. Do I want that one? Ooh, that one doesn't have a whole lot of ink left. Maybe not. That one. It's kind of a purpley brown. Do I have one that's bigger? No. That one's a brown. Ooh, that one's all dried up. It's a nice brown though. Is it really dried up, or is it just the front of it because I haven't used it in a while? I think. I don't know. What do I do? That looks black on camera. I don't want it to look black on camera. So we're going to use this one. It is a Micron PN in this color, whatever that is. It's kind of actually a maroon color. If you're doing it on white paper, oh, I don't want to do it on that. Give me a piece of scrap paper. This will work. See, it's kind of a dark maroon purple color. I don't know if you can tell compared to a brown, but it makes it really nice on this paper. So that's what I've decided I'm going to do. I've blathered on for 10 minutes, haven't even started drawing yet. Step 1. I didn't draw those with the pencil. I didn't draw this part. I need to do that. Okay, now I've got my where I need to draw. So in these 4 squares, we need to just kind of come down here, around the corner, come up. Like that. Down and around. Up like that. And then down and around and up like this. And down and around and up like that. Something like that. I'm working within this pie shape right here. And then we need to put the eyes. Like that. And then we need to do this teardrop, that teardrop, and then we need to do some feathering. That's looking cool already. And then a shape like this filled in. I'm going to go ahead and fill in this. This. Do this shape there. Oh, I like that quite a bit. All right, let's try another one. So how have you guys been? We are finally getting over the COVID and feeling much better. It's tough. I should do some of my questions from my book, just because me something to talk about while I'm drawing. Because this is going to take me a while. I think. Did you guys even see what I was doing? No, probably not. I'm sure of it. You know what? I think I'm going to see if I can find one of my other pens to fill this part in. Because, where's my markers? Markers. Because it'll be easier to fill that in if I have something other than that pen. There's not much ink in that pen, so I'm just going to fill it in with it. That little brown brush pen, that'll be easier. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do some questions from my book. I need to find my book. I've buried it. I haven't used it in so long. This is from this book called If, Questions for the Game of Life by Evelyn McFarlane and James Sewell. Found it at the library bookstore for 50 cents or $1, so I don't know where else you can get it from. Just FYI. Sometimes these questions are gross, and I choose not to answer them. I think I did all those already. They all sound familiar. Let's move on. If you could host a dinner party in any room in the world without having to clean up, where would you want to have it? Any room in the world. And cleaning up shouldn't make any difference whether or not I host a dinner party. Wow, that's a kind of a weird part of that question. Any room in the world. I think maybe, I don't know names or spaces of specific rooms. That's weird. But perhaps like one of those penthouse apartments, like at the top of a skyscraper somewhere. That would be good. Just for the view. Somewhere with a big, expansive view. No matter where it was, it would have to have a really good view. But I really don't know of any particular, like great hall, maybe one of those great halls in England somewhere where there's like some royal castle or something. I don't know. I don't know. You No, I'm not that worldly. I don't know of a lot of places. Next question. Next question. My book keeps closing on me. I'm going to put something on it so it stays open. Okay. If you could host a dinner party inviting any 4 people from history, who would you invite and where would the party take place? Seems to be the same question, almost, except for adding people from history. I'd love to have a dinner party with interesting artists from history. Let's put Frida Kahlo, Salvador Dali, Michelangelo, and Cinnamon Cooney. She's not from history. She's current, but can I count that? Maybe not. From history, I guess that requires them to be long gone. Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh, let's put Georgia O'Keeffe, Picasso. Right? I said Georgia O'Keeffe, Picasso, Frida Kahlo, and Michelangelo together in a dinner party. How fun would that be? And let's have the party it doesn't say it has to be in a particular building. Let's have the dinner party in Yosemite at the bottom of the Great Falls. How about that? Have I created an image for you guys? I've created an image for myself, that's for sure. That would be quite the event. Makes you wonder if artists from the past from different eras, would appreciate each other's art. Especially if you go backwards. Like, obviously, the more modern artists know about the older artists and their works. But the older artists, what would they think about newer art? Like, what would Michelangelo think about the art of Georgia O'Keeffe? Would he even think it's art? I mean, that would be absolutely fascinating to me. Because we know what Georgia O'Keeffe, well, I don't know personally, but somebody I'm sure knows or knew at one time what Georgia O'Keeffe thought about or admired from the works of the great masters, Picasso or Rembrandt or Michelangelo. You know, I'm sure she had thoughts and opinions on their artwork, just like we all do. You know, I have thoughts and opinions about the masters and each of their styles and so forth. But I wonder what those old fellas from the 15, 16, 1700s, what they would think about more modern art. Just curious. That would be a fun and fascinating conversation to have at dinner party. But I certainly would want them to be a variety of types of people to make it interesting. Can you see what I'm doing? No, I'm completely off screen again. Oh my word. I am having such troubles. Ever since I moved the camera, I am having such trouble staying in screen. I moved the camera to do that unboxing video for Jazz's incredible inky box, because I had to move my camera way up because the products were so big and the box was so big. And I am just having a dickens of a time getting my camera back to where I liked it. I need to just, once I've got things settled down to the way I like it, I need to just not move things. That's just the lesson I have taken away from this. I just need to not move things. I need to go back in. See, look at how much different it looks when you've got those dark bits and when you don't. It's so much different. It needs the dark contrast to really make it pop here. I need a set of fine liner coloring markers instead of these brush pens, because I'm not overly fond of these pens in the first place, and then I think I need just a more, sometimes I want a not brush tip, just a regular fine liner tip, but I want colors. If anybody has an idea of what kind of set I should buy, excuse me, that might have what I want. I was thinking of maybe trying Arteza. They have a big set of fine liners. To find somebody who's been playing with them. Anybody been playing with them and can tell me what they're like? Oh, that bird's got a big beak. This one's so small in comparison. Maybe I'll make that one just a little bit bigger so he kind of matches his friends a little bit more. Okay. I'm happy with those. Now what do I want to do? I think I want to, I like on the sample, I like that next row in that's just feathers. That's pretty cool. Let's do that. Does it need more? I think so. Like that. All right. Another question. Let me finish with this. Another question. If you were to be married to someone who is famous now, Who would you pick to be your new spouse? Ugh. I hate those kinds of questions. I don't want a new spouse. I like my spouse. If I didn't like my spouse wouldn't be my spouse. Alright, that being said, let's see. Someone who is famous now. I suspect Mike Rowe would be a really nice guy to be married to. Down to earth, practical, my kind of guy, funny, but not like super comedian funny. Something like that. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing here. I like it. Whether I know what I'm doing or not, I like it. If you had to be married to someone famous from the past who is no longer alive, who would you like it to be? Seems like we have these questions a lot. Haven't I answered this question before? I feel like I have. I don't know. I do not know. I have to close the window. Don't know the answer to that question. For some reason, the celebrity, someone famous from the past. John Denver. Also one very cool, nice, sweet gentleman. Laid back, no hassles. I think. Can you tell what kind of person I like? Just going to fill this in. Just don't know what I'm doing here other than just playing at this point. Probably a super long video. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought I'd been here a lot longer. That's good. Well, maybe I'll get this finished in a timely fashion. Shall I go do another question? Why not? I'm just deciding how far up I want to take this color, because I think if I go up too far it'll be too dark. I like this where it's kind of separating each bird apart. Another question. If, no, not going to answer that. Not an appropriate question. There are some not appropriate questions in this book. If you like those kinds of questions, that's fine, cool. You know, you would continue to play this game or whatever you're using this for. Some of these questions are not family friendly, and I am not going there. If you could arrange a rock concert with any 3 musicians or groups to play on the same bill, who would you invite? I swear I've done this question before. I know I have. I swear maybe my bookmark fell out and it went to a different place, because I know. Wow. No, I've done these ones before. Good. These are good questions, but I know I've done these before. Okay, let's try here. I don't know, unless they just are starting to do the same questions over again, which is possible. If you could erase one day from your past so you never had to live through it, which would you erase? There was a day in December, end of December, that I would just like to have forgotten about. That never happened. Would have been awesome, but it did. So whatever happens, happens from that day. We don't know yet. But it would have been nice if that day didn't happen ever at all, and then we wouldn't have to deal with whatever consequences happened from that day. But it is what it is. If you could go back in time as yourself to live for 1 year at any point in history, what year would you choose and where would you go? As yourself to live for 1 year at any point in history. Oh, gotcha. Not in your history, not in your lifetime. Not to go back and relive 1 year of your life, because to just go back as myself, but to live some other point in time in history. They've asked this type of question before as well. Don't think there's any particular year or era that I would want to live through myself from history. You know, I've never had the burning desire to be, you know, to live in the 1500s or the 1700s or the 1940s, or, you know, I don't have this burning desire to do any of that, to live in the past. It's just never been my thing. Some people just really, that's what they get into. They would really like to experience living in a particular time period. It's never been my thing. I enjoy, like on YouTube, I enjoy watching people who like to make period costumes and that sort of thing. But I think I watch it for the artistry of the craft of sewing. I really quite appreciate people who are talented in that way. Sewing has never been I can sew, but it's never been my like go-to thing to do. So I really appreciate the craft, but I don't think I've never really felt like there's an era that I really just want to live in. So I can't really clearly address that question. You know? I don't want to get too close to the noses here. They will disappear. But I do want a little bit more dark right there. I'm just having fun at this point. It's doing nothing here. I think that's probably good. I think I could put a little bit of shading right here. Really give that brow bone separation from the eyes, like that. And I think I want a little bit of pencil here under this row of feathers. There's a lot of notifications happening. Why is there so much notifications happening? What is going on? Bunch of texts from work. I'm going to have to check what those are in a minute. Can't be that urgent. Today is my day off. There we go. I like that. I think I'm gonna leave it just as is. Okay, so this was Owlo, right? Owlo. There we go. Oh yeah, it's really pretty. I like it. I do feel like it needs, you guys know me, it feels like it wants some highlights. I thought I was done, but it wants highlights. I like that when I'm on these brown papers. I like to do a highlight. I'm just going to go around real quick. If you thought I was done, you were mistaken. Because who knows? Who knows what happens? I look up into the camera and I go, nope, it's not finished. Looks fine on paper. When I look on the camera, it needs a little something. Just a little something. The white on a tan or toned paper, to me, is just like adding glitter or jewels. It's like the crowning touch. Oh, muy bueno. Much better. Much better. Okay, now I'm done. You guys have a great day. I will see you on the next video, whatever that happens to be. It's going to be a lesson, a grid number 3 lesson, and I will see you then. You guys have an awesome rest of your day, and go do something nice for someone today, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.